So we have in my business the best year already, pretty much. We just signed another contract, took a deposit, about a $300,000 job starting in December. So that's going to push us into next year. I've asked all my customers in the past, probably the last 20 or so, that have actually hired and signed contracts, you know, why did you hire us? You know, what set my proposal and myself apart? So we're going to go through the main three pieces that they told me right now. All right, guys, so yeah, I'm a small business. If you guys follow this channel, it started pretty small. I don't have a big Google or website presence, even Facebook presence. I've got like maybe 8 or 9, you know, Google reviews on Google and probably less than that on Facebook. So my business isn't great. It's legitimate. You know, I do have some reviews on there, and I do have one-star review from somebody that's not even a customer in New York that I've never met before, which I believe if you have all 5-star reviews on a Google page, like it kind of like, eh. So the one bad one I'm not too worried about because it actually gives me like a, I don't know, makes it more real, right? So, but we've had a crazy year so far. It's in May, and last week I just signed another contract and for December. So we're definitely on our well on our way to exceed my 1.2 million revenue mark, and that's just a personal goal. It doesn't mean anything. If I only hit like say 800,000 this year, but I make more profit than I did last year, fantastic. I am 150% in line, happy with that, because I care about net profit, not gross sales. You have to have gross sales to get net profit. Don't get me wrong, but that's what matters. Sales, money coming in the business matters. And I'll say right away, money buys happiness, especially in business. Anybody who tells you different either doesn't have a business or doesn't have enough money to be happy. So I'm just letting you know, money is everything in business. So I've asked all the people who've hired us so far, why'd you hire us? What set us apart? Let's get into it. I do have extra ones that I'll be posting this video on Patreon, so we're going to go a little deeper on that. You guys can check out the link in the description below. Get your lawyer to look through it to make sure it's legal in your state, province, country, wherever you're at. But let's get into it. Obviously, the number one thing, actually all of them, I mean, down to the T, it's crazy. They all say great communication. So yes, I do. I kind of pride myself on that. You know, I have 2 phones. They say, hey, you respond. Even my subs, they're like, hey, you call me back or you answer the phone when I need something. But I was like, yeah, it's because you're doing work for me, so why wouldn't I answer the phone, kind of thing. But it's actually getting to wear on me. But over communication, under promise, over deliver. So like when a customer calls me, I try to do my best to answer the phone. First call, you know, their one is, you know, they're expecting to leave a message, you know, boom, I pick up the phone, they can talk to me. I sold a job last week or the week prior, I can't remember. Initial phone call, this lady called me up just to say hi, wanted a quote, and explained everything to a process. And we charge for on-site estimates. I can give her a ballpark range. I gave her a ballpark range for a bathroom remodel, no tile work. Basically over the phone, like that's kind of the price. And then she made her decision based off my communication to her that she was going to hire me. She told me to send the contract over, she'll sign it and come the next day to collect the deposit. That was it, one phone call. So it happens. Now that actually, you know, it's usually 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, 6 phone calls. Never, I don't think I've actually had maybe on the, well, besides this is the first cold call, like it wasn't a referral. She just found me off Google or wherever she found me. I believe this one, she found me off on Google as well. But, and this is not like a, you know, $500,000 service, you know, if you're doing like a lawn care or anything. This is a $14,000 bathroom. So yeah, that was a, you know, that was nice. I was like, all right, you know, things are working out for me, kind of thing. So be the best communicator, answer your phone, answer your text message. If somebody responds with a text message, you know, respond in kind. So, but if somebody responds like a story, you know, like a text message story, like they just, and I don't want to, you know, I'll read it, but then I will, if it doesn't need to be in writing, I'll just call them back, be like, hey, you know, if I'm driving, I'm busy, I can talk to you, I just can't respond with the text, you know, just going through it. So, and then they appreciate that, obviously. Had some problems, you know, we have contractors not showing up to job sites. I'll drop the ball once in a while, I'll forget something, I'll own it. Hey, I'll pick up a call, Mr. or Mrs. Customer, this is what's happening, I'm sorry, this is what happened, bad communication on my part, I'll own the mistake, this is what we're gonna do going forward. That's it, own the mistake, do not leave, if there's something going, if there's like a tension, or there's like, the customers are having, different expectations, or they have something going on, don't let that fester. Attack the problem, bring it up right away, get it past you, because you'll find in business that people are really, like, you have keyboard ninjas, keyboard warriors, people are really tough behind text message and the phone, or emails, whatever. But when you get there in person, or you call them, and then it's all of a sudden they're kind of like, oh, it's not that big of a deal, this is what's going on. But if you show yourself, show presence, hey, I'm here, I'm not going away, I'm not like a regular weekend warrior who kind of hides behind a phone, hides behind whatever, a contract, whatever it is, or just doesn't show up, you're a scumbag contractor. You want to be not that. So I tell customers, like, listen, I'm not interested in the money that I already have from you. I'm interested in the money that I'm going to get from you, kind of thing. And they appreciate the honesty. So over communicate. I wouldn't say, don't be annoying, but if there's something going on, let them know, hey, this is what's going on this time. This is what's going on this. Customers like that. Also, everybody likes having a schedule. And if you don't meet it, no problem. Don't put any crazy finish dates in your contract. They're not in my contract, but just communicate. Absolutely. All my customers say, good communication is fantastic. Most of them, like, the reason why I got the job is I was the only one who picked up the phone, or I was the only one who actually sent the estimate, or I was the only one who actually responded to text messages in a timely manner. So that's sometimes that's how easy it is. So number 2 is, it's that I just kind of went into it. Like, I sent the estimate over real quick, like either same day or next day. And sometimes that's all it takes. They said, hey, you're the only one, we called 6 people. You came in with the estimate, a little high, no problem. But we waited, for a couple other estimates, nothing came. We needed the project done, you're hired. Multiple people have told me that. So, hey, fantastic. Going forward, maybe, if maybe I need to raise my prices, who knows? So don't have, like, I used to think, like, hey, having a, Saturday quotes or Thursday estimates, and this, like, that would work, but I'm sure I'd be leaving hundreds of thousands of dollars on the table if I would have, like, let a week go by before I actually had an estimate to a customer for the projects we do. My average project, not to gloat or anything, I thought it was, it's around $30,000 is our average project. Our average contract, I think, is $38,000. I have to do the math again. Matter of fact, it's going to go up from there because we just signed a $300,000 project. So I think after the last 20 contracts we've signed, the average is around $38,000. So that's the kind of price points we're dealing with. That's a bathroom, small, we're doing a $20,000 laundry room remodel, no flooring included, but we're relocating a couple other things. So keep that in mind. That's the price point we're working at here. If you're doing like service calls, stuff like that, obviously your price point's gonna be a little lower, but you have higher, if you're doing all the labor, you're gonna have a lot more profit. So that would be number 2. And they liked that I bring up pricing right away. And they also say, good community kind of goes into the communication thing, but they're like, hey, you told us what's included, and also more importantly, what's not included, what we can expect to pay afterwards. And I only base that off of, hey, this is what we're paying. But if we get into it, like, let you know this, if you only have, I've told customers, if you only have this amount of money for budget, don't hire us, because it could snowball, because we can get into wood rot, subfloor issues, load bearing wall issues, beam issues, stuff like that. So that there's always something. Now, I'm not the permit police, but if we have to not do it to code or something like that, which we wouldn't do, but if we just have to sew everything back up and leave it as is, it's as is, no warranty included, because we couldn't actually remediate and actually fix the problem at hand. So keep that in mind. They like, customers like, being forthcoming and just telling it as it is. And it helps weed out the customers. Some of them get sticker shock, or like they don't want to deal with it, get scared. Fantastic. I don't want them as a customer. So that's basically, this is, I know it seems kind of bare bones and kind of basic stuff, but if it's not broke, don't fix it, right? So those are the main ones. Like, honestly, those are the ones they've told me about, and that's where we stay. I'll keep doing those, reiterating. It's low hanging fruit. Like, I'll keep doing, like, I'll try to, I'm not saying I'm perfect. I dropped the ball on plenty of things. I fired a contractor with 2 weeks, delay on certain things. It is what it is. Customers were frustrated, came at me with some things. And of course, I just went back at them like, per our contract, you're not entitled to XXXXX. So that conversation was an email to the customer. that's exactly what I do. I have no problem, you know, not setting a customer in its place, but reminding them this is what's going on. This is being a contractor. This is not a, you know, a corporate world. Like I've got to deal with people's egos, and I'm basically an adult babysitter. That's basically how. Come on, let's be honest. So that's all I got for you guys here on YouTube, and appreciate it. Like and subscribe. We'll see you in the next video.